Hey guys, Doug the Michigan Piper here at the Pipe Rest again, and I am skidding to a halt after a weekend with the middle schoolers, taking them to a church camp retreat thing, and I'm wore out. Today, if I can keep it lit here, I am smoking a custom blend by Pat the Paladin Piper. This is Great Expectations. I'll put the ingredients right here. On second thought, no I won't, because I'm too lazy to go figure it out. Sorry, leftover sarcasm from the weekend. Yeah, had a good weekend. I think the funniest part of the weekend by far is if you back up about 3 weeks, mint medley tea, by the way. If you back up about 3 weeks, we've been talking to the boys in a small group part about sex. And how to discuss it as grown men without giggling and without being ashamed, and explaining to them that sex is something that God invented, and that it actually is a good thing, and we can talk about it. And there is a proper time for it. So we had that talk 3 weeks in a row, because we're going through a book about it. And we got to the camp out this weekend, and one night, one of the boys, or a couple of the boys, are like, we're going to stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning and blah, blah, blah. We're like, no, you aren't. You're going to go out, lights out, it's 11:30. And we got to the point of lights out, we turned the lights out, and they started doing their, giggling and farting and everything else they do. And I said, well, boys, I said, here's the deal. So you guys can either go to sleep, or we can continue our discussion on sex. No, that's okay. And then it was crickets from then on out. Worked like a charm. Other than that, just a good weekend. I'm, like I said, I'm tired, but too early to go to bed. Want to stay up a little later. Haven't had a pipe all weekend, so figured, good time for it. Got my leftover shirt from this weekend, right up my alley. Other than that, good weekend. Just I was surprised how relaxed I was. It was up in Lake Ann, Michigan, and it's a newer, beautiful camp. None of this, 50 kids in one room with bunk beds or whatnot. Just a really, really beautiful area up there, up in the northern part of Lower Michigan. And just had a relaxing time, really. I mean, the camp was one of those camps where they do everything for you, so the leaders don't have to do all that stuff. You just bring your kids and you hang out with them and talk about some stuff with them, and that's it. And I know they had fun. They told us they had fun. So, and I actually don't have to worry about screaming into a stupid fast week this week. Seems like a pretty slow-paced week. Famous last words. So we'll see how that goes. I want to catch up on some videos, and go from there. So I am kind of excited. One of my classes that I teach on leadership is going before the state in 2 weeks, week and a half, to be registered or approved to be registered as a state approved course. So I'm hoping that turns out well, because we definitely need some leadership trainings in the fire service. We have some very sterile leadership trainings. And the problem with leadership trainings that I see in the fire service anyway in Michigan is you get these, states like, hey, we gotta train our leaders better. So they come out with these leadership trainings, and they might be good in the beginning, and then you get a bunch of different people that want to teach them, and they put their own twist on it. And next thing you know, it's just a check box that everybody's trying to mark off to get to the next level. And my goal with the training that I was doing was to be able to actually teach people how to be good leaders, coming from a guy who's not always a good leader, and hoping, not hoping, I know that I've done some things right amongst the things that I've done wrong, and I've taught this class a couple times now and had some really good feedback for it. So the other thing is, one of the things that happens in the fire service is that a lot of times a guy will get a niche on a subject and then charge through the nose for it. And a lot of the fire departments, they can't afford that kind of stuff. Guys are taking it on their own dime. And these guys are charging hundreds and hundreds of dollars for these classes. Just dumb. So I will charge just because your time's worth something, right? But I think the overcharging is just dumb. When you got guys that just don't go because they can't afford it, that's where the system's broken. So I like to keep it low enough. If the state approves it, keep it low enough so we can get some guys through it. Teach them how to treat people with dignity, even if they don't agree with them. That's a big thing. One of the things I talk about is, you can be upset with somebody but not be right, and how to navigate that, and how to build bridges. I've always been big on building bridges through my career. At first, because I'll admit, it was because I wanted everybody to like me. That's from my youth. But by the grace of God, as I worked through that throughout my career, I've gotten some positive benefits from that. And it's not a build bridges so I can get something out of it. It's a build bridges just because it's so relieving when you get on scene, you see a police officer that you knew from another scene, and you guys were cordial to each other and helped each other out, and that guy's willing to help you out, or even just the, hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while type of thing. So that's a big part of the training as well, building bridges that everybody can build bridges with. So that's got me pretty excited, because I love to teach. It's fun to teach. It's fun to have people say, hey, can you come teach this? And you go and you teach it, and it's something they haven't heard before, and you see the lights go off, you think about that type of stuff. I love those moments, not because I can do this, and pat myself on the back, but because that you're making a positive impact on the people that you're teaching. So I'll let you know how that goes, but supposedly that's coming up here in I think a week and a half. So other than that, not a whole lot going on, guys. Like I said, I just got back. I'm going to finish relaxing with this pipe. Maybe do a little laundry, keep a stink out of the house from the weekend, and go from there. So, guys, I hope you're all doing well. Until next time, you take care.